These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusions. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Fundamental nutrients necessary to maintain beautiful and healthy hair care without having to combine an assortment of hair care products. The one by one care products are
Last week's show.
designed to moisturize, create shine, fortify, and stimulate hair growth while leaving your hair feeling weightless and
Whole
luxurious.
bag of stuff.
Be sure to visit our website at www.onebywankaya.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at One by One Kia. Let's get your healthy hair care journey started today. The Hinkson Firm's mission is to provide superior legal service in the areas of family law, child welfare law, general legal services, and mediation by keeping convenience of the clients at the forefront. The Hinkson Firm's goal is to eliminate the stress of an already intense situation in your life by coming directly to your workplace and or a location close to your home for consultation, meetings, and mediation. The Hinkson firm customized legal attention based on the needs of each client while treating every client with the dignity and respect they deserve, while fighting strongly and fiercely for justice and their legal rights. The Hinkson firm can be reached at 470 499 4704.
Yes, so welcome to another edition of Reason and Thursdays with yours truly, Lady D, alongside Mama Acid. Yes, we are live. We are
We
live.
can't
We
see
can't see
you
you. Why you can't see me? I'm not.
because
I'm
you
not.
off
I'm not.
camera.
I'm not centered. I'm not centered. Okay, I'm gonna
No,
center myself.
move over.
Alrighty, I've moved over.
Hello, gorgeous.
How you doing, beautiful?
You know me, still wearing secondhand clothes. Happy I could still comb 4 strands of hair.
Well, that's a good thing. That is most definitely a good thing. Welcome. We want to say big ups to each and every one. Asset, our favorite artists have a new song that is out. And
Don Minot?
oh yeah, you got it right there. So I wanted to start out the program with Don's new song, and
Ooh,
then we just move on from there. How about
that's wonderful.
yeah, he has a new song, and first he was getting in trouble with the next door neighbor. And then, this one he's coming up with an alibi. So, I mean, definitely tune in and listen. Listen in this new tune right here by the big man himself, Don Minot.
Telling me lies, but in my head I knew you gave me alibis. My heart keeps fooling me, it keeps telling me lies, but in my head I knew you gave me alibis. I knew all so long that this love was right. I tried to walk away, but my heart keeps putting up a fight. Girl, it was only, it was only, it was only alibi. Girl, it was
Oh my.
only, it was only, it
What you
was
think about it?
only
I know he talking to me.
alibi. I wish I had the strength to bring it all to an end. When all these promises you made, they were only pretend.
No,
You never
that's the thing. I wasn't pretending. He just didn't want to come and knock on that door
I
because he
think
know
it
once he came through,
changed
it
the
was reality on the other side.
girl. It was only, girl, it was only your alibis, girl, it was only, girl,
It was
it was only.
only an alibi. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to have this.
Yeah, we have to say big ups to the big man himself, Mr. Donna Minette. Yeah, we have to say big shout outs to you. Forever a supporter
Oh yeah,
of
I
Reason
made up in
Thursdays.
your mind, say, love has got me in a mess, got me weak in the knees, I must confess. Love has got me in a spin, no way out now that I'm in. Girl, it was only, girl, it was only alibis, girl, it was only,
Only,
girl, it
it
was
was
only,
only, it
it was
was
only.
only an alibi.
All right, well,
Yes,
let me take this
we
down
got to
because
have
I
this
know Mama
tune.
has to singing and all of these things. And so I want to say big ups to each and every one that is listening and have us a locker on live. We want to say big ups to
Hey, your camera's frozen.
yeah, that's all right. I see all of that and it's being fixed. So, you know what? Big ups to you, Mama Acid. How are you doing today once again?
Hey, grateful and blessed. It's unnatural, almost 50 degrees in the middle of the winter.
Well, I don't envy you because you know what? We've had a wonderful weather here. We've been having wonderful weather for the last, you know, couple of days. So I'm just excited about that. And today was wonderful. No jacket or anything. I'm not
I'm
bragging.
waiting on that.
I'm not bragging or anything. I'm just sharing the information with you.
I think it's going to be a little bit longer up here for us to totally be through with winter, but it does look like winter's on its way out. So that I guess that means that the Republican groundhog lied again.
Okay.
Got to
Well,
be careful about them people from Pennsylvania, you know.
yeah, I've got to be careful, real careful. Man, welcome. Another week right here. Another week right here. And lots to talk about. We a lot of the kids are really going back to school down here in Georgia. And we needed to you were going to talk a little bit about the Heroes Bill.
Yeah, and about why they have finally decided that they would let the teachers become the next group of people to be vaccinated because they want to put them back to work. And, I'm still just caught on the fence with this. It really, it has me in a different kind of place. First, because I read a report that said that teachers are primary transmission sites.
Okay.
I, 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 I'm still stuttering.
Primary transmission sites. You said that's what you said.
That's
Primary.
what the report said. And it also said the reason was because teachers are in an environment where COVID is recirculated because the schools don't have good ventilation. And most of the newer schools that were built, the windows don't open at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they would have windows that open instead of building prisons, if they went back to building schools, because schools are not supposed to be correctional facilities, regardless of what they think. You need to have windows that open in buildings. Just to think about how we have all changed our minds about just that one issue. You know, Air conditioning, this global warming, all of this is happening right now. You know, the Heroes Bill, the GOP, I don't know what to call them. They're some people that need their purses searched.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that honestly because every time they try to go on the floor without going through a metal detector, they get fined 5 grand. So, Lauren Boebert, I'm endorsing a petition that I'm sending out that is linked directly to um, the people in Ohio who made the petition to get her off Capitol Hill. She's got to go. She's too much of a danger to those she works with as well. She's too much of a danger to the American political scene, and politics is almost like the lifeblood of America right now. So we have to be kind of careful. You know, someone said she's a secret member of Vanilla ISIS. I don't think that's such a secret. When you see a picture of her with her bookshelf behind her is all AK-47s and AR-15s and not a single book in sight.
Oh,
She's arguing to vote against the Heroes Bill, by the way. But I would like to talk about something even nastier and uglier than that. But I would also like to tell a little silly joke beforehand.
okay.
Okay, the silly joke is
Yeah.
a man and his wife were celebrating their anniversary, and he was telling his friend about it. And his friend asked him, "Well, did you buy her a gift?" And he said, "Yeah." And the friend asked him, "What did she say she wanted?" And he said, "Diamonds." And his friend said, "Wow, that must have been expensive." He looked at him and said, "I gave her a deck of cards."
That's a good one. That's a good one, Acid. That one you got me there. I have to use that one for our joke of the day for Saturday.
Oh, I have one better than that though. That
All
I
right,
think
save it.
describes the men in Congress. I mean, in the Senate.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is a particular type of joke, and I really hope that people understand it because it's a joke that was from a white Vietnam veteran.
Okay. But we were saving it for Saturday because
No, let's tell it.
what is that? Go ahead.
He told the guy, I have a wooden leg.
Ah, okay.
And this is somebody that didn't know he had a wooden leg. And he said, "What? You got a wooden leg?" He said, "Yeah. I named it Sam." The man looked at him and said, "What did you name the other one?" That's the GOP. I just described the GOP. Now, I'm sorry I had to play that little ugly joke, but I
Yeah.
think we really should get back to this list.
Oh,
And I mean, I know you want me to stick to the list, but it's just a couple things I want to throw out that really kind of have really hit me the wrong way.
okay.
Now, we know that presidents are supposed to get a honeymoon period. I think they say it's 100 days or something. I don't know. I don't participate in those rituals.
Mhm.
Biden is already backing back on all the things he said he was going to do. Listen, he started out saying he was going to forgive 50 grand from every person that had a student debt loan. Now he's pushed it down to 10 grand. Next thing he did, they were talking about, he was like, everybody needs a living wage, $15 an hour. Let's go with it. Now
What
he's
he
pushing up a new bill saying give people $10 an hour. Some states
said.
already have more than $10 an hour. Even Tom Cotton's state is $11 an hour.
But what I think he didn't take into well, they were pushing to try to get into office, period. But what I think he didn't take into total um consideration was maybe the parents, I mean the employers, whom the states are not paying enough to even pay employees. So I think that when they really check their budget and wonder how they're going to have to increase a lot of money that they're paying providers so that providers can pay their staff this $15 an hour. I think they took all of those things into consideration and said, ooh, maybe we bit off a little bit more than what we could chew. And and it's sad that he didn't research that beforehand to know, or he was just blatantly lying to the citizens of America. And right? So, it's and just about all presidents anyway, Acid, take back about half of what they say and don't do half of what they promise and half of what they say. So, I
He's
mean,
been in there for what, a month and a week.
why are we signaling out him so soon? Let's see what he
It's
has.
him. We're not picking at him. We looking at what he's doing. We are reporting the news.
All right, we're reporting the news. So go ahead and report the news.
This is not alleged. These are happenings.
$15 an hour shouldn't be a
A
lot.
livable wage, and the reason that
Not
they
a lot.
figured it out is because they've based it upon the standard of living of very basic living.
Yeah.
$15 an hour is roughly $30,000 a year.
Oh,
Most people cannot find any place to live and pay their living expenses for under fifteen
how
hundred
much
dollars a
for
month.
apartments? Do you know how much is for apartments? In Georgia,
Their
it used to be
prices are going up.
Georgia it used to be really, really cheap.
No,
When
it wasn't cheap, but it was reasonable.
reasonable. But you could go and get a 3 bedroom for
You
six.
didn't have to pay for heat. You did. I mean, now you got to pay for water. It's
Where
like things have changed a lot.
it and now for a 3 bedroom it's like some 1,200, so it just about doubled in
You can find a three-bedroom for $1,200. Where?
in Georgia. In Georgia, you can depend on the
Wait a
neighborhood
minute.
where
Wait
you
a
live.
minute. In Vine City,
I don't know anything about Vine City to
I'm
be
telling you, that's the only place you could probably find it.
no.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna argue with you, but you
I
live
know about it.
and I'm living down
I
here in
know somebody that lives in Coweta County, and they got a three-bedroom apartment, and it costs them $1,600 a month.
well,
Them and four kids.
and what like I said a minute ago, it all depends on where you're living. So maybe this person
Coweta County.
maybe Coweta County is more money, but you have places here.
Coweta County is the.
Alrighty,
Some
so
people
we're
keep
not going to
chickens in
debate.
Coweta
We're not
County.
going to debate.
People got goats in Coweta County.
We're not going to debate what people pay for rent. I'm just saying
But
that
I'm saying you can't imagine these things.
I know just as
Lithonia. Let's. I mean,
I know acid. Listen, acid. I mean, like your point is your point, and I understand that. I'm not going to debate with you on what someone is paying for their rent. You know, persons whom is paying 1,600 for a 3 bedroom. I know persons whom is paying $1,200 for a 3 bedroom. So
yeah.
once again, it depends on where you're living, no matter how country it is, no matter how city it is. It's where you're living. There's areas in the Stone Mountain area that is renting for that. So for us to sit here and debate what people are paying, the prices vary. And the prices definitely vary.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, let's get to the next one of those Joe Biden things
so what else about
about renting and about home ownership and the housing purchase market is going berserk right now because Biden promised all new home purchasers that they would finance the first 15 grand. They
hmm
haven't put that in effect at HUD because the people who are supposed to be running HUD haven't got approved yet. Why? Because of the GOP.
Okay.
They
So
need to get on point.
are these laws not being all these things about $10 an hour versus $15 an hour? They're basically being stop because of GOP, or is that's just something that Biden
The
himself?
GOP told him no $15 an hour, we'll give you $10 an hour. And he
Okay,
looked at Tom Cotton and said, excuse me, it's $11 an hour already in your state, and Michigan is 12.75. So don't even try me.
okay, but when you started out, you made it appear as if he was reneging on
No,
some.
I'm saying that's the deal they're forcing him into.
Yeah,
And
but
he's not fighting hard enough against them. In
yeah,
my point, I
yeah,
think he should just basically tell them, like Trump did, don't cross me, because if you do, I got some voters and they will remember your name. He's not fighting hard. He should, you know what? If he was fighting real hard,
he
would he have sat back
what
and watched
exactly
Ted Cruz go out of the country
what
and not
exactly
said anything?
what exactly what exactly is he supposed to do? He's supposed to say to them, "Oh, I have some people that knows your name in 4 years or 2 years or however amount of years." I mean,
No, that's not what I think he should do.
what do you think he's doing? And how do you know that he's totally given up? Did he sign off on this bill for $10? Or did they go back to
That's
script?
what they're negotiating on right now.
Well,
He's
they're
That's where they've drug
negotiating.
him to from the 15, from him telling them no.
But Asa, what I'm saying is sometimes there has to be a compromise, maybe not at the $10, but the negotiation has not finished. So therefore, to say he's not trying, then I don't understand if that's so true, because if you're still in negotiation, you did not commit to something if you are negotiating on something. Is
The
one
last bill return that came back on the Heroes bill included $10 an hour, not
okay,
$15 at
okay, but
75 cents an hour.
right, but you've just said to me that they're negotiating. So
The
therefore,
Heroes bill is not going to pass with the GOP saying no because they need 67 votes in the Senate in order to pass it.
so then what is he to do that to fight this? What else do you
That's why these other people are saying to him,
Mhm.
go down in order to get anything rather than not getting anything, which I think is absurd.
Okay, well, he has persons that is advising him, correct? On decisions to make. Um, get something and get a little bit more than something, then absolutely nothing. If persons are advising him, that's why he has advisors. And maybe he is fighting behind the doors with even his advisors and letting his advisors know that, hey, you know, we don't know what is being said behind closed doors at this point. And as long as they're still in negotiation, I think they have a opportunity to say $11, $12, you know, let's still negotiate somewhere. So I would look at that as a is not totally a yes.
Well, if it's already $12 plus an hour and you want to push it down to 10,
No, but it's if isn't it where most states
that's what Kevin McCarthy told him.
isn't some states have their own, like New York. I think New York minimum wage, isn't it already $15 an hour?
Yeah, it just went to 15 an hour. And that's what I'm saying is
So
they're trying
therefore
to nationalize it down.
the it's already down. It's at $7. Is the minimum wage is at $7 and change. So if they're bumping it up to $11, $12, how is that putting it down? Yes, he made a commitment and a promise to his the voters that are voting for him, and he made a promise that, hey, okay, I'm shooting for $15 an hour. But he got knocked down because he has people to answer to. He has the GOP to answer to. And if they're saying that no, you have to go into negotiations and come to an understanding. But if certain states already have their own um minimum wage, then it's just the federal thing. He's not knocking anything down. It's already at 7. So if it increases, increasing to it's not going down. I don't understand the logic on that.
It's for federal workers and contractors. They're the
Okay,
largest employers in the entire country.
right. But right now,
That's what the minimum wage would be. And a
right.
lot of them don't, they use the state minimum wage because of the 775
Okay, but it's 775 now, correct?
in some places.
In some places. In other places it's
In
high.
other places, it's a little less than that because they are using like waitress scale.
Right.
So if a person makes $2.39 an hour,
And
and they're
expecting
supposed to get tips. Why would they be taxed on the tips if they're not even making a livable wage? So the minimum wage would go from $2.39 an hour from that for that waitress to $15 an hour if it was a livable wage. They're saying she doesn't need to have a livable wage. She could find something, to supplement whatever she has now in order to change her fortune. White mansplaining.
the entire
They're
waitress
millionaires, by
the
the way.
entire waitress thing, I've never gotten it. I've never understood how they can give them $2.39.
Okay, I worked as a waitress for 1 week. Let
Can
me tell you,
I finish my thought? I don't understand how they can expect them to live off of 235 and in case you get tips. If you don't get any tips, you know, then I mean, how can you? It's worse than 775. So something like that is what I would say that the president needs to address. Maybe there need to be some type of different type of scales on just on just like at some employers they have different pay grades. Maybe they are to do something better, but 235 and expecting them to get tips, and there's a lot of people out there is not tipping. It's a hard life. I have nieces, I had my daughter, I had persons that worked as waitresses as well. And I've always said to them, you don't even need to be there because that don't make no sense whatsoever. Sometimes they make out like a fat cat. Now you might have a very nice person that comes in, couple of very nice persons that come in and give you a really good tip, but that's really rare.
rare.
So I mean, yeah, they need to fix that loophole in their entire thing. But I wanted to go on to
But
the
one other thing too about that, I worked at a prefix restaurant. It was 125 per person when you sat down, and you had to make a reservation. So they already know how much you were going to be paying. They automatically include the tip in the cost. If anyone wants to tip above that, they can tip above that. So, what would happen is anything that was written onto the check, if it was a credit card as a tip, they would hold it until the end of the week.
Mhm.
Now, that means that they're getting interest off of it. And in some cases, they want you to split your tips with other people in the back. So,
Okay.
if somebody left you $2 on a $5 check, okay?
Mhm.
They want you to give $1.25 away to other people. Should you keep 75 cents or should you keep the whole tip
I
because you did all the work?
I don't understand all of that, but I'm not even trying to decipher how
What I'm
they.
saying is, if you as a single person are doing all the work,
Mhm.
should you have to distribute the money that you made
No,
to
you
other
should
people?
not. That's a no brainer.
And should you also have to wait for your employer to give it to you, or shouldn't they be obliged to give it to you right then instead of including it in your paycheck where they are taxing it because it's not supposed to be taxable income either?
Well, I could look at it as two ways. I could look at it in two ways. If it's cash tip, that person is supposed to get their cash tip that they have right then and there because it's cash. They should be able to pick that money up off the table because when I tip, I leave cash on there, and they should be able to. But if you are doing some, if sometime employers people leave tip on the checks, and people have to budget. And before they go in, they can't just go in at the end of the day and take it out and say, "Here, take this." They have to put everything in the system.
They don't. That's what those door dashing people were doing to all these people during the pandemic. That's
Okay.
what this all comes back around to. You
Okay.
got people who are out here working, literally going grocery shopping for other people who don't want to go to the store because they feel it's dangerous.
Hmm.
Listen to this. They write the tip on before the food is delivered. Then the food is delivered and they're angry for some reason and then they erase the tip. That means that the person worked for nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to try to decipher that.
That's the gig workers and all of these other people deserve a livable wage.
Everybody deserve a livable wage. Every single person deserves a livable wage. Every single person.
So
Now,
then
but
back to the beginning of the whole issue. Should the GOP be fighting so hard against something
well,
that will help to fix America?
as it sometime I be like, are you living in this world? Because you're gonna say, should the why do they do what they do? Why do they say that the Capitol wasn't stormed? I mean, like, why do you say why? Because they just do the darndest things, and they just say the darndest, and they believe the darndest things. So when you be like, well, want to debate with me as to why, I'm not even going to even debate it with you, because you should know why. They just do the darndest things.
I like that.
I mean, to be truthful, they just do the darndest things.
Okay, back to the
So,
Capitol insurrection because we were talking about that too.
and what about the insurrection?
What do you think? Do you think that all these people who were there, who were at the Capitol, who were fighting outside, getting attacked, and people that had to clean up the crap that they rubbed on the walls, and the people who worked in the Capitol who were terrified, who never usually get heard from. Do you think that those people's descriptions should have mattered enough that the Senate should have held a full session to listen to them?
Well, I'm going to talk about the teachers in the classroom, because I'm not going to go around this circle with you tonight, because you're asking me the same question, and it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, and I'm not even going to sit up here and try to justify nothing that they do. I'm not trying to play jigsaw puzzle to put stuff in places as to what the GOP do. We know they do the darndest things. That just sums it up. It's not right. We know that. You know, it should not be acceptable. We know that. But these is it is what it is, as my big brother would say. It is what it is. And it's sorry that it is what it is, but it is. I mean, like, and you ask me, is it right or wrong? You shouldn't even need to even ask me that question, because you should know that it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna waste any time on that, because 7:37, and we have up until 9, we have them until 8 o'clock going today. So teachers going back in the classroom. Let's jump on that. Let's jump on, or you wanted to go somewhere else.
I mean, you want to talk about teachers going back to class? We had just talked about it.
Okay, so what else is on our list? Um,
What's happening at the border and also immigration, and Trump's finances, which we said we'd have a little more discussion on.
on that. So go ahead. Whichever one you want to drag from.
I would like to start with the Trump finances.
Lord, you just love yourself some Trump, don't you?
No, I want to get to the bottom of this nasty well.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Where we started out with Trump? And
Okay, so Attorney General Letitia James from New York, they won in the Supreme Court, and Cy Vance, the prosecutor, now has been given the power of receipt of Donald Trump's taxes for the past 8 years. So what they want is 4 years in office and 3 more years on top of that. The taxes are going to be a big problem for two reasons. One, they're going to show where Trump perjured himself
Yeah.
because they got state taxes and federal taxes. Once you get both of them and you put them side by side,
Yeah.
all right, Trump's comptroller signed an agreement to talk. That's the guy who was signing on the checks with Don and,
Yeah. Yes.
so we were talking about this loan payment that's becoming due. Well, apparently, Deutsche Bank served a request for leverage, which is astounding to me. I mean, I know that they could do it. It's really something that I know they could do, but I never thought they would. And so everybody's saying that Deutsche Bank ain't going to do it or the Chinese aren't going to do it. Well, it's happening. Deutsche Bank served it on the same day that Donald Trump got the Supreme Court decision. So you get slapped and then you get slapped on the other side at the same time. He's in the middle. Now, the value of all his properties is plummeting. They are not getting many bookings at most of his properties, and the one in New York has plummeted in value so much that they can't even sell it. And they were trying to sell the lease. They wanted to sell it in order to get a new owner to come in because they did it against Marriott, and Marriott rightfully should have gotten the property. Now they want to sell it to Marriott on a lease, and Marriott is not going for it. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to have to now go to court in order to dissolve the agreement with Trump because they're not going to be able to make the payment. And when they do that, that means it's going to go into foreclosure, and Marriott will be able to come in and clean up, literally.
You think Donald's gonna make his thing go into foreclosure?
He can't he can't make the payment, baby.
Ah,
This is a payment of, this is one of those $2 billion loans. Billion would it be? And he ain't got it.
you don't have that type of money.
Not
No,
according to his tax returns. Can we now talk about the other side of that?
sure we can.
The Russians are not happy because Joe Biden has decided that it is time to spank them, and also the Saudi Arabians. So now we have the Saudi Arabians getting ready to get spanked for killing Jamal Khashoggi. The fact that they cut his body up and put it in a specially made oven.
Where do you get that?
I read the news story and the report from the FBI. I read the report.
That's gruesome.
It was sickening.
That's
I just couldn't help myself. I needed to know. No, that murder really bothered me a lot. They had him walking all around. Don't you remember how I was saying this just can't be happening? They didn't, he went into the embassy and now he's over here and his wife is sitting outside and what's really going on? That's why I said Donald Trump had to be involved. Now let's draw the little noose a little closer. Stephen Mnuchin, the chief money launderer, set up his own personal wealth fund, and guess where he went before he left office?
where he went.
Saudi Arabia, Russia, etc., and so forth.
Uh-huh.
Guess who the people are who are now his clients in the wealth fund? MBS and all of the posse and Putin's caterer. So if you think Donald Trump ain't getting a slice of that pie, I'm gonna put it to you this way. I saw the pictures the other day and I watched the whole video.
Uh-huh.
of the raid of Little Wayne's house in Florida. I really had always wanted to see the video. And when I was able to see it, I was like, just something's wrong. This just doesn't look right. Something is wrong here. They're looking for something in particular. They're not just in there doing an inventory to get what this debt is. They looking for something. Then it clicked. I ain't fooling with QAnon. They clearly have a money connection because Lil Wayne got his pardon. I look like a vampire. And when Lil Wayne got his pardon, Donald Trump had a nice little war chest, so they just added that directly to it as a donation because donations to a PAC are not monitored. So, you can write it off. So he wrote it off on his taxes and he's free. And, one of the things I started trying to figure out in all this was what was going to happen to the people that he freed? What was really going to happen? Were they really going to pay later for their crimes? We seeing right now Kodak Black got mental disabilities from all those drugs he was taking. I'm sad for him. His people are trying to get him some help. Little Wayne, they talked about how many times he's been in that detox place.
Yeah.
Excuse me, because they said Lil Wayne and Donald Trump discussed a lot of things about money
Hmm.
in their meeting.
Okay.
Well, wonder what the secret part of the meeting was. Did Lil Wayne give Donald Trump the hookup to get Birdman them to launder his money and get his dope?
Well, I'm not even going there because that's none of my business. Um, um, what else do we have on the list?
That you
What
want to run into right now?
else do we have on the list?
Well, what about all these police gangs and the discussion about all the gangs of police and the gangs that are inside the police department and LAPD and all these others all across the country, and about how the white supremacists and the gangs get themselves assigned all to the same unit so that they can make money on the black community?
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Report came out. LAPD has gangs, and some of them are white supremacists
Mm,
in different precincts. They're
okay.
cops.
Okay.
They doing all kind of things.
Okay.
Basically, they robbing the people in those areas, the drug dealers or the other people they figure they could shake down, because they consider it a victimless crime.
Mhm. All right. Hold the thought on there. They figured the people was crying. You say?
No, it was a victimless crime.
Oh, okay.
How the hell is that a victimless crime? I'm sorry, I don't get that.
I don't get it.
Those are some people that are victims because they're out there doing what they got to do to try to take care of their family. I'm not justifying anybody doing anything illegal, but I am saying that if that is your business and you ain't sharing it with everybody, I don't think anybody should target you um, specifically because they have the power to lock you up.
Mhm.
Um, Police with this qualified immunity, We having more discussions about it now because the city of St. Louis ran a study of two of their suburbs where they stopped sending cops out to issues of family problems and mental disturbance, and they send a special team of social workers. Guess what? No police shootings. Whole year's been going on.
Hmm.
So the one other thing before we go that I really, really, really think we need to touch on is all of the money, the bad money that's floating around right now.
What bad money floating around? The 2 million that can't be found for the COVID relief. That's what bad money you talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about counterfeit money, counterfeit bills, counterfeit blue green dot cards, counterfeit all kinds of things. So there's a new person or company or group or whoever they are making these holograms, and they figured out how to use one hologram that might be real to clone it and put it on a whole bunch of other cards. So they did that with some green dot cards, and they were using them all over the place and they worked. And then they have now duplicated cash that works. They were
Mm.
showing it. The Secret Service said they have never seen duplications that were so fine that it took them that long to actually figure out how they did it because they're using the same paper grade. So they're theorizing, and this is the part that is interesting to me, that it must be someone who has access to this high level of printing and also supplies. So that wouldn't mean your Aunt Margaret or Bobo and them in a basement down there mimeographing. That would mean like some people that print currency regularly. Maybe they like printing some extra.
Mm. Okay.
Question is, was it printed in the United States?
If it wasn't, how it got
I would like to know how much of it is in the custody of the Trumps.
here?
Listen, do you know how much that outfit Melania Trump had on cost when she left the White House? Someone posted the prices of everything she had on, including the gloves and the sunglasses and the shoes and the Birkin bag and the vintage Chanel custom suit. Do you have any idea of how much? Just take a guess. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna start you out. The Birkin was 75 grand because it was a crocodile Birkin.
I don't even care. Answer. I don't even want to hear you breaking it down. But they they say they have money, so they buy what they want to buy, and that's why they may have to end up filing bankruptcy.
For the eighth time, ninth time,
Because they don't have enough money.
the ninth time.
They don't have enough money to pay for what they have. Okay.
Okay, one serious thing though. We need to talk on why Joe Biden is replicating the Trump formula at the border for these people who are coming across right now because it's a problem. They taking kids from the families, putting the kids in a cage with the kids, and putting adults in adult cages. Why are they separating the families again?
Okay. We're gonna have to get back to that. It is 7:53. We're gonna talk about it in just a minute. You are in tune to Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays right here on the Powerhouse Radio with Mama Acid and yours truly, Lady T. So spread the word and tell a friend and a family member. Also listen to the fantabulous programmings right here. You have Let's Gripe on a Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. with Tonia, McKenna, and Marcus. And you do have the Gospel Explosion with Bishop Blair from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on a Saturday, and yours truly, Lady T, on a Saturday from 12 to 4 p.m. And then it's all about love, nothing but love on a Sunday evening. Yeah, be sure to check us out 7 until we say when with Blossom, Cool G, and yours truly, Lady D, on the ones and twos. So spread the word. It is all about love, nothing but love on a Sunday evening. And check out the Bishop Blair, the three B's, Brother B, Besrick, and Bishop Blair, Apostle Blair. They be on a Monday night from 7 p.m. up until the 9 o'clock hour. So check out the three B's on a Monday night at 7. And I just want to say happy birthday to all of the birthday folks. Want to say a massive, massive shout outs to Tonia from Let's Gripes mom. Want to say happy birthday to you, Miss Joy. I'm hoping that you are full joying your birthday. Well, you know, we just ask you to get better so that you could full joy your birthday. And big ups to all of the Let's Gripe crew. And I want to say happy birthday to you and to each and every one that celebrated a birthday. I want to say happy birthday to you all as well. As said, an happy anniversary to anyone that has an anniversary. Want to say happy anniversary to you as well. So we got about 5 minutes. You want to briefly touch that, and we want to say big ups to all of our sponsors. Our sponsors, big ups, Honey Child's Kitchen. Want to say big shout outs to you all. They doing up some stuff over there at Honey Child's. And we want to say big shout outs to Unique Total Care, continuing to do their thing. And want to say big shouts to the Hinkson Law Firm. Man, let me tell you, my niece have just gotten was recognized as one of she's in the top 40 black attorneys in the nation.
That's what's happening.
Okay, the top 40 melanated skin persons in the nation. So I want to say big ups to the Hinkson Law Firm. I love you to death, my niece. And One by One Kia have some specials and expanded their programs, so check them out as well. That's another niece of mine. You know, I grew them when they was a little baby. Okay, but anyway, what's going on? What were we gonna hit with Trump again?
Well, actually, it's Biden.
After tonight. Oh, because I got already say we're gonna bury Trump after today.
Yeah, we're gonna bury him, but not right now. We gotta let him go through his trials and tribulations because he got a lot of trials coming up, and we need to hear about the tribulations.
Okay, okay.
Now, I think it's kind of important that we continue to look into this. So let's just add this to the things we are going to be watching file. And the reason we're going to be watching it is because there's a few things going on. One, people are calling for ICE to be dismantled. I agree. I think ICE needs to go. They're just not adequate for immigration. Um, the other thing is the 8-year path to citizenship. I really think it should be faster than that, quite honestly. And, the 3-year path to a green card. Well, all right, I get that. But what if you've already been here 3 years? You still have to continue back at the beginning of the list. That is some nonsense right there.
Especially when you can't prove it. Because if you've been taking all your jobs off the books and so on, you can't prove it. So, that's going to be hard. I definitely think that 8-year thing, it should not be like that for the path to citizenship. And, for the green card, I'm like, that should be automatic once they pass whatever laws they want to pass. That should be something that is definitely automatic.
And
But
I agree with giving the spouse at the same time, the
yeah,
spouse and the kids. If
yes.
you coming and you bringing your wife and your kids, of course they should all get the same status.
Mhm.
And if necessary, if the mom wants to bring her mother or the father's mother, these are very important people in nuclear families. They should be allowed too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's we got to start being more compassionate because When large families came to America, they came to America in two and three generations usually.
When my family came to Jamaica, my dad came first, and then my mom and my older sister and brother came, and then the remainder of us came in one shot. So we did the four breakups before we
That's
came.
hard.
But we all were allowed to come.
But now, I saw a case recently that kind of really shook me, and it was about a lady and her daughter. The lady had came here. She got pregnant by a man, and the man died, but she had her baby here in the United States. Immigration deported her and left her daughter here. She should have been a citizen by way of having a baby here.
Yeah.
That's what Melania Trump did.
And that's an issue of breaking up, especially a mom and
Minority families and women. Women are targeted that way.
a child. I mean, it's bad. It's extra bad with the dad. I mean, it's bad with the dad, like really bad. But a mom that they're basically looking to nurture them, and all
She's a farm worker.
there should be something about that. But they were speaking on that, and I do have attorney. Oh my gosh, I don't have her name here. That should be coming on with us next week.
Oh, cool.
In regards to the immigration, I don't have. I left it on. I left it on my desk upstairs. I'm left it on my desk in the office. But she's going to be joining us because we want some answers as to a lot of this immigration thing that's going on and the changes that is on it. And I know that Mama Acid is like 150,000% like thorough with what she does and what she research and what she brings on the board. But I want to talk to an attorney, and listen to what they're saying since they're in that
Yes,
an immigration attorney so that they can share with us.
the facts that how it plays out on the books.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we hear the news, but we know the news is not the law.
It's not always everything. And although Mama Acid is an avid reader, yeah, we still need to go to the exact source that we need to go to. So we're gonna do that. What am I saying?
We got one more shout out to do.
We definitely go ahead
The
and say,
Justice Project.
oh, big ups to the Justice Project.
The Justice Project is out of Detroit. We are working on helping fix wrongs. That's the best way to put it. You'll be
Helping.
hearing a lot more about the Justice Project, and we'll be interviewing people who actually have been trapped in double justice. We're going to be starting a new series called Double Justice and talking about how it plays out more with Black people than with white people because you can see a lot of Black people who were actually not convicted of the crime but ended up doing the time.
That the other day there was someone that was let out of jail after 30 years.
Yeah, we
You
have
know,
a lot of that happening in Michigan right now.
we have we call you have sisters that you have people that just like myself and you been friends for years upon years. This family, we've been close knit and tight. We call each other aunts and sisters and uncles and nieces and so on. And one of my, we call them cousins, he did 37 years innocent, and it's the Innocence Project that got him out. I think
Yes, they're great.
last year, or year before, he came out. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. It's
We sometimes we have to step up and we have to do things because if we don't do it, nobody else will.
no one else will. No one else will. I'm telling
So thank you to the Justice Project and to the Harrison family and to Harrison Bay. Stay strong, brother.
Stay
We're gonna
strong.
lock that door real soon.
Stay strong. And we're praying and we're hoping. And I know that when y'all have Mama Acid in your corner, things gonna start popping. I have that much confidence in you, Mama Acid.
Thank you so much.
I know you be doing everything. When you say research, you research. That's why she be on me. It's not alleged. I said, I don't, it is alleged. Cause she's done her research
No,
and
because I want to know the facts. I'm gonna go search for the facts. I may not like them. It's just like this whole thing about Kim and Kanye getting divorced, and we had the discussion last week about not talking about it, and now here she filed on January. I mean, here she filed on Monday for the divorce. I'm sad for him. I really am, and I'm sad for her, and I'm
wanna
sad for their children, for their
yeah.
family. I'm sad for them, but I hope he gets help.
Saturday we're gonna be talking about Saturday. I may invite you on for a little bit. Um I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the the dance hall scene
Ooh.
and some of the stuff that's in the dance hall scene and what's going on now and even the music. And
And
next
why is it ending up on the internet?
I don't know. Next week we're going to be speaking with Mackie Conscience is going to be
Ooh,
on
that's nice.
the show next. No, next week Two Face is going to be on the Lady Show, and the week after Mackie Conscience is going to be on the show, and then we're going to have Don Minitz, and we have a lineup coming each and every week, and getting back on track and doing what we need to do. So, love or no, continue to listen to the Powerhouse Radio. Wash your hands, social distance. I don't care what they say. They say two masks, not one,
You
and
wear three and a face shield.
yeah, and the face shield. I'm sorry. When when they said wear one mask, I was wearing two. And when they said wear two masks, I would be wearing three.
She's the safest woman I know. Whatever she does, you do it, you'll be okay.
There's a video going around with this man walking into, oh my gosh, we got to get out of here. But there's a video circulating around this man he went into the store and was talking about don't wear the face mask because it has something fiber in it and it's killing you. And next week I'll touch that. But love you all, and you all just be safe. And Mama asked, did you want to say any last final words for
Bless
this?
up. Everybody, social distance. From people in Atlanta and Texas, y'all got to stop this party business. And the people in Miami, I am ashamed of y'all. Y'all got to stop this. We don't need y'all doing this. Now, if y'all going to have these big parties, get a vaccination unit out there or a COVID testing unit. Okay, do that. Have a COVID party, a party where you get tested.
No such thing.
Let
No,
the, wait a minute. Let the strippers do the sticking.
no such
You
thing.
think people won't pay $25 to get a shot from a stripper? Honey, they'll raise more money than they could collect. They'll need two bank
We
vaults
love
down
you
there.
all. Leaving out with the big man himself, touching this new one once again. Alibi, Don Minette. Up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself.
One love.
I made a fool of myself. Oh, yes. My heart keeps fooling me. It keeps telling me lies. But in my head, I knew you gave me alibis. My heart keeps fooling me. It keeps telling me lies. But in my